Hi, I'm Mary, a 32-year-old marketing executive at Palmer and Re Agency in Chicago. Looking back now, I can't believe how blind I was to all the red flags. You're glowing today. Must be that new promotion. My colleague David said as I walked into the office that morning. Thanks, Ethan's taking me out to celebrate tonight. He says he has big news too. That was 3 years ago. Ethan Wheeler seemed perfect when I met him at a corporate event. Charming, successful, and ambitious. Within a year, we were married. He was a software developer at Thomson Tech, earning a solid salary. Our first year together felt like a dream. Weekend trips, fancy dinners, and endless plans for the future. You really hit the jackpot with this one, Mary, my sister Rachel would say. But she had no idea how quickly things would change. It started when Ethan lost his job. At first, he spent hours networking and dabbling with a gaming channel. Then came the expensive purchases. It's an investment in our future, babe. Gaming is huge right now. I could make triple what I earned at Thomson, he'd insist. I believed him. I took on extra work to cover our bills while he chased his dreams. Then I got pregnant with Lily. You're spending how much on a new graphics card? I demanded one night, staring at our drained account. You don't understand the industry. I need top-tier equipment to compete, he shot back. His mother, Patricia, chimed in. Ethan knows what he's doing. Stop pressuring him. But I wasn't blind. I could see the hours he spent streaming and the way he snapped at me over interruptions. My best friend Jessica noticed too. When was the last time he even looked at you during dinner? She asked one evening. He's just focused. His channel is gaining traction. I defended him, though the cracks in my voice betrayed me. Focused? Mary, he screamed at you yesterday because you asked about the electric bill. The night Lily was born, Ethan was in the middle of a tournament. He showed up 3 hours late, phone in hand, still streaming. Look what you made me do, he muttered as he walked in. I was about to win. Do you know how many subscribers I just lost? A week later, David found me crying in the break room. Everything okay, Mary? You seem different lately. Just adjusting to motherhood. I lied, hiding how I'd been covering Ethan's share of the mortgage for months. If you ever need to talk, he offered gently. I didn't realize then that David would become one of the few people to help me see the truth. The unraveling began the night I landed in the hospital. Postpartum complications, skyrocketing blood pressure, severe dehydration. Lily was with my mom, screaming for formula we couldn't afford because Ethan had spent our last dollar on gaming equipment. Please, Ethan, I texted from my hospital bed. Lily hasn't eaten in hours. Can you pick up formula? Can it wait? I'm in finals. $5,000 prize pool. I'm in the hospital, I replied. She needs to eat. Please. Order delivery or something. Almost at 100K viewers. My hands shook as I tried calling him, but it went straight to voicemail. Hours passed. Jessica found me sobbing in the dark, still hooked to an IV. Where the hell is Ethan? She demanded. Why isn't he answering his phone? It died. I murmured, embarrassed. He's in a tournament. Jessica's face turned red. A tournament? Your wife is in the hospital, your baby needs food, and you're gaming? An hour later, Jessica's furious post went viral. Gaming streamer abandons wife in hospital. Newborn without formula to play tournament. At Ethan Wheeler. Is this what you call family content? The fallout was swift. Sponsors dropped him. Viewer counts plummeted. Ethan showed up the next morning fuming. You ruined everything. Do you know how hard I worked for those sponsorships? They're all gone now. Our daughter needed food, Ethan. I needed you. I was about to win enough to fix everything. Now we're screwed. That's when my phone rang. It was the bank. Mrs. Wheeler, this is Michael from First National. We need to discuss some loan applications under your name. What loans? My stomach sank. The home equity line, 3 personal loans, and 2 credit cards, all opened in the last month. I never applied for any loans. They have your social security number and electronic signature. Patricia stormed into my hospital room mid-conversation, her face red with fury. How dare you humiliate my son like this? He was building a future for your family. By stealing my identity? By remortgaging our house without telling me? I shot back. He needed that money for his career. You've never supported him, always nagging about bills and baby stuff while he's trying to work, she spat. Rachel arrived just in time to witness the outburst. Her presence was like a lifeline. "Get out of my sister's room before I call security," Rachel said firmly, her phone already recording. "You'll regret this," Patricia hissed, blaring at both of us. Rachel helped me gather my composure and evidence. Together, we documented everything: screenshots of Ethan's spending, Patricia's threats, the loan documents. "This isn't just about the hospital anymore, Mary. This is fraud," Rachel said. "I need a lawyer," I whispered. "No," Rachel replied, her tone steady. "What you need is a plan, and I'm going to help you make one." Amanda Chen's office felt like a sanctuary after weeks of chaos. David had recommended her, saying she specialized in cases like mine. "These aren't just gaming purchases, Mary," Amanda said, pointing to the bank statements spread across her desk. "This is a pattern of online gambling, thousands of dollars spent on offshore sites." My hands trembled as I stared at the transactions, but he said it was all for equipment. "Look at these timestamps. They match the hours he claimed he was streaming," Amanda explained. Jessica helped me dig deeper. Together, we uncovered more. Dozens of fraudulent loan applications bearing my forged signature. Each discovery felt like another betrayal. "Your credit score is tanking," Jessica warned as we downloaded my credit reports. "We need to document everything." Then David dropped another bombshell. His friend, a financial investigator, had uncovered even darker truths about Ethan. "Mary, you need to meet Tom from Thompson Tech. He has information about why Ethan really left." When I met Tom, his revelation made me sick. Ethan hadn't just been laid off. He'd been caught redirecting client payments into personal accounts. "They didn't press charges?" I asked, horrified. "Bad publicity," Tom said. "But I kept copies of everything. I always knew he'd do it again." At home, things only got worse. My jewelry began disappearing, including heirlooms from my grandmother. "Where's my sapphire necklace?" I confronted Ethan one night. "Had to pawn it. We need money since you ruined my streaming career." "That was my grandmother's," I said, tears welling up. "Should have thought about that before you destroyed everything," he sneered. I started quietly preparing my escape. I rented a storage unit and began moving important documents and irreplaceable items. Jessica helped me open a new bank account at a different bank. "He's going to notice eventually," she warned. "By then, I'll be ready," I replied. Patricia's threats grew more aggressive. She cornered me in a grocery store parking lot. "If you leave him, I'll sue for grandparent rights," she snarled. "You'll never keep Lily from us." I pressed record on my phone. "Are you threatening me, Patricia?" "I'm promising you," she said. "Destroy my son's life, and I'll destroy yours." That night, Ethan had another meltdown when his gambling site locked his account. "You think you're so smart, documenting everything. You think I don't see you sneaking around," he yelled, gripping my arm hard enough to leave bruises. "You're hurting me," I cried, backing away as my phone recorded everything. "You're nothing without me," he spat. "Who's going to want a single mom with ruined credit?" I glanced at Lily's crib, then at the bruise forming on my arm. She deserved better. We both did. David messaged me the next day. "My investigator found something big. Ethan's identity theft goes beyond you, multiple victims." I met with Amanda again, showing her everything: the bruises, recordings, financial documents, and Tom's evidence. "We have enough for criminal charges," Amanda said, "but you mentioned wanting something else." "I want him to lose everything like I did, but on his own terms." "Then let's make a plan," Amanda said with a determined smile. "Because right now, he's hanging himself with his own rope. We just need to make sure you and Lily are safely out of the way when it all comes crashing down." Looking at the evidence spread across her desk, I finally felt something I hadn't in years: hope. At 3 a.m., Rachel whispered, "Everything's loaded. Are you ready?" I looked at my sleeping daughter, then at the house I'd once thought would be our forever home. "Let's go." By sunrise, Lily and I were safely hidden at Jessica's cabin 3 states away. That's when the dominoes started falling. Thompson Tech's audit went public. "They're pressing charges for the embezzlement," David texted. "It's all over the gaming forums." Ethan's desperate calls flooded my blocked phone. His final stream was a meltdown for the ages. "My wife set me up. She made me look like a criminal," he shouted. His viewers weren't buying it. Someone had leaked his gambling activity logs. You stole your wife's identity while she was in the hospital. Disgusting. Then came the twist I hadn't seen coming, the sweet hand of fate dealing its final cards. It was Kevin, Patricia's other son, who exposed her. Mom's been stealing from Grandma's retirement fund to cover Ethan's gambling debts, he revealed. Patricia faced charges for elder abuse, and her carefully curated facade crumbled. Meanwhile, Ethan's streaming accounts were banned for promoting offshore gambling sites to minors. Sponsors didn't just cut ties, they sued him for breach of contract. Jessica's updates were a mix of grim satisfaction and relief. The loan sharks caught up with him. He tried hiding at Patricia's, but they found him. But I wasn't focused on their downfall. I was focused on rebuilding. Amanda's meticulous evidence restored my credit, and my dedication at work didn't go unnoticed. We'd like to offer you the marketing director position, my boss announced. Your crisis management skills during your personal situation impressed the board. Lily thrived in our new life. No more walking on eggshells, no more drained bank accounts, no more daddy passed out at his gaming desk. Our home was finally filled with peace. Then, one day, the call came. Mary, please, Ethan's voice cracked over the line. I've lost everything. I'm living in Mom's basement. I can't even game anymore. They blacklisted me. I'm getting help for the gambling. I know I messed up. Please, give me another chance. I held the phone, steady and cold. Save it, Ethan. The dad who missed his daughter's first words for a gaming tournament. The husband who left his wife alone in a hospital bed. That wasn't messing up, that was who you are. I've changed, he pleaded. I'm trying to make things right. No, you showed me who you were. Now you get to live with it. I hung up, the weight of the past finally lifting. Today, I watched Lily graduate from prep school. She beamed, clutching her little diploma, the top of her class. My promotion had allowed us to buy a beautiful home, one that was truly ours, a safe haven. I'd heard through Jessica that Ethan was sentenced to 6 years for corporate theft and Patricia faced 5 for elder abuse. Their house had been seized to pay off gambling debts. At Lily's graduation party, Jessica handed me a drink. Any regrets? She asked. I smiled, watching Lily laugh with her friends, free from the tension that used to poison our home. Just one, I said. That I didn't leave sooner. Because my story wasn't about revenge, it was about justice finding its way. Ethan and Patricia had destroyed themselves. I simply made sure Lily and I weren't caught in the wreckage. Life isn't perfect, single motherhood is hard. But every morning, I wake up feeling peaceful, successful, and free. No more missing jewelry. No more overdrawn accounts. No more hiding bruises. Sometimes fate doesn't need your help. You just have to step out of its way and let justice take its course. Mommy, look at my diploma, Lily said, holding it up proudly. This is what winning looks like. Not a viral takedown, not revenge, just a happy little girl and her mom, building a better life. That's worth more than any gaming tournament prize. This story was an experiment to explore how betrayal unfolds, how someone who seems perfect can reveal their true nature when money and power are involved. Now I have some questions for you. When someone destroys you emotionally and financially like Ethan did, which hurts more? The betrayal itself or realizing the red flags you ignored along the way? Would you have stayed silent and gathered evidence, or would raw anger have driven you to expose them immediately? If you've lived through something similar, did you find that the person who hurt you eventually self-destructed without your intervention? Your stories matter. Share them below. Your experiences might help someone recognize the warning signs before it's too late. If this resonated, like and subscribe for more deep dives into toxic relationships and the road to justice.